why my grandfather hated Dallas. That is why my uncle hated Dallas. That is why they taught me to hate Dallas. That is why my uncles all cried. My granddad's brothers. My grandfather's son. This is why they all fucking cried. Because my grandpa died in 1979 and did not live to see the catch and absolution and revenge against the Dallas Cowboys. That is why. That is what originally made this rivalry so fucking personal. Getting down with it on that game. Go Bengals. That's right, I got both my teams playing this week.
So now you want to show up? Now you want to show up and run your mouth because you're in the playoffs. Bro, you disappeared like 2 months ago. 3 months ago. You left when your team was in shambles, when it didn't even look like your team was even going to make the playoffs. Your team looked like straight trash. I mean, you were all on that hype of what the analysts were saying. 3 teams coming out of the West, and yes, it did happen by pure luck because you're out there boasting about beating Matthew Stafford, who's had like 6 turnovers in the last 3 games. I mean, this game versus the Cowboys must be personal for you. I mean, you're talking about your grandfather, your grandpappy, who never got to see the 49ers beat the Dallas Cowboys. So that's why it's personal for you. I mean, the theme to any rival of the Dallas Cowboys, from what I'm hearing, is that the other team rivals us and hates us because we have historically put ass whoopings on this team. And you heard it right there with your own 2 ears. A-Bomb has 2 teams cheering for the Bengals this week. Cheering for the Bengals. Wow. This is a guy who praises. I mean, let's face it. This is a guy who's worn a Dallas Cowboy jersey. Who's bought a Dallas Cowboys jersey. And has his name and has it hanging up in 8 Camel Toes' room. I mean, the level of impotence, the level of mediocrity, the level of stupidity that this man has, thinking that he's over here running his mouth, the self-proclaimed legend. I mean, the last 2 videos that I saw, aside from this one I saw today, the other ones where you were talking about your grandfather. Hell, you were talking. I mean, bro, you are seriously comparing Nick Mullins and Jimmy G to Joe Montana? Are you? I mean, with the missing teeth that you have, you red tomato face motherfucker, plaque on your teeth. Bro, have you ever seen a dentist in your life? Have you ever? I mean, you're missing about 4 or 5 teeth. I know you. I mean, it's got to be bad hygiene because there's no way in hell that is from doing any drugs with how fat you fucking are. You are 1 cheeseburger away from being a diabetic. 1 cheeseburger away from having a stroke in that van of yours. You know, it made me laugh when you said you were 1,000 miles away from your wife and your family and you needed something to get off to, and then you start talking about the Dallas Cowboys. What kind of fucking sick shit is that? I mean, this is coming from a man who, a fat, probably hasn't seen his dick in about 2 decades kind of guy who is sitting there running his mouth talking his shit, throwing out names, name dropping. And I feel that he does that because he got put on blast. And let's face it, people don't forget. He got put on blast by an Eagles video maker by the name formerly known as Eagle Speed, when he couldn't even name his own fucking offensive line. How fucking kind of sad shit is that? Bro, you are out here making videos, giving shout outs to 49 Cent, to giving shout outs to Billy Badass, while also talking shit to him in the same video, telling him that he's used to mediocre quarterbacks. And you're used to Joe Montana, but yet you want to sit there and compare Nick Mullins and Jimmy Garoppolo to Joe Montana? Bro, 49 Cents and Billy Badass, you shout them. I don't think I've ever heard them shout you out ever. They put up with you. They don't even like you. They disowned you when you couldn't even name that offensive line. And I get it. It's been used. It's old. It's over and done with. But bro, people don't forget. And especially when you disappear and you said your team was trash. You left this team. Started doing political videos because this team was hot garbage. And you want to sit there and now come out of nowhere and sit there and say that your channel got flagged because you eviscerated some Cowboys YouTuber? Who did you eviscerate? Because if it's anyone but myself or Simus or Beast of the East or Mosh or Cowboy Chase, it doesn't count. Now you notice I left out a name. No one gives a flying fuck about that guy. No one gives a fly. It's crazy that your most memorable game, you want to sit there and talk about rivalry and how the Cowboys and the Niners, they are team of excellence, but yet your greatest game, because it was an in-state rival, when you beat the fucking Raiders. That is your most memorable game? Beating the Raiders? Now, I know a thing or two about in-state rivals, but no one gives a fuck about the Houston Texans if they were to beat us. Why? And leave? Why? Because we have the Super Bowls. We have the history. No team other than the Patriots, the Niners, not even you. Because I'm talking about the Niners. No team other than the Patriots, the Steelers, the Cowboys. No other team should be even compared or even thought of as a memorable game. It's laughable. Your videos made me laugh, dog. Your grandfather never saw the Cowboys beat. The 49ers beat the Cowboys, I guess, in the playoffs. And that's where the rivalry was for you. That's why it's personal for you, because your grandfather never saw the Niners beat the Cowboys. That just proves to me and every other Cowboy native. Shout out to Simus for that. Cowboy native, that we live rent-free in your motherfuckers' heads. That you are constantly thinking about us. Because we own y'all. We own you. Like I said, you left. You left for months. And now you all of a sudden want to come back? Bro, you're a fucking two-teamer. Talking about go Bengals? You're a joke, bro. Your own fan base doesn't even like you. They just put up with you. You're a fraud, homie. The most fraudulent 49er fan I have ever met. You want to talk about Cowboys or bandwagon? It only seems like you come out when it suits you. You better check yourself, homie. And remember who you're dealing with.